Great start. I'm just sitting here waiting in silence. It's like
dark silence.
just like, we're alive, are we? Okay, good.
Hello.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. Oh god, I didn't study!
Oh god.
That's all I could think of for the stream title when I was setting things up. But yes, hello, folks of the internets, of the interwebs, of the webs of fate that have brought you here today, that are in fact called the internet. How is?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah. Brains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Listen,
it.
I was
Just
doing
yeah.
democracy for several hours earlier, and I'm on about 4 hours of sleep, so I'm trying to reserve what little brain cell I have left.
Oh
for
no, that's
tonight.
entirely fair. I saw that on the stream and in the Discord. Just sitting there, just like as I'm cramming for the past like 7 or 8 hours, working on D&D things, just seeing just
I know, I was so
democracy.
tempted to join, but I was gonna do other stuff too.
That's also very very fair. And even then, admittedly, I didn't. Well, okay, we should be fine. Because I always sit here being like, I didn't get as much prepped as I want to prep, but then every time I say that, we never get to everything I prep. So like,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
it's the
for
constant struggle and pains of being a DM.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I never actually sent the notification that we're live. God damn it!
Don't worry, I do that too. Don't worry,
Hold on.
Nothing pinged.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, but yeah.
And here they come.
And there it is. Okay, hi. Greetings. It's that is the most adorable maniacal laugh I have ever heard. Hello, everyone. Hi, V.
Hi. Mush mush.
Why am I bringing me go itadakimasu? That's not the right term.
Whoa. Yeah, no.
I mean, do you have food for me?
If you count the sustenance of knowledge, then yes.
But snackies.
But snacky. I did consider putting in the advertisements. Oh, what the hell did I write? Just what secrets shall be unearthed? What creatures lurk in shadows unseen? Will there be snacks? But no. And going with, will our characters ever resolve their ever-present anxiety and trauma? Well, I don't know. I don't think I can ever actually answer that question properly. But that's neither here nor there. Hi.
Let's make it worse.
But yes, greetings and salutations, everyone. I am your local storytelling snapping turtle. Welcome to the grotto. Stay a while and listen. Vatrix VT pop quiz. What is your name?
Like, in the game or?
What
Oh, no.
is your name?
My B?
What is your quest?
I'm gonna kill a hag.
What? What is the speed of an unladen swallow?
God damn it.
African or European?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
Okay,
I'm
thank you. I'm
older
not. Vatrix VT, where can they find you? And I insist on shilling you first because fuck you.
Well, funny you should ask. Hi everyone, I'm V, or Beatrix. You can find me twitch.tv/VatrixVT. I play a lot of games. I do ASMR. like to have fun.
I'm really sad I couldn't actually pop in for the democracy. I've been cramming on D&D prep for the past 8 hours, and I kept looking back in the Discord, being like, try not to let the intrusive thoughts win as much as I really wanted to.
Next time.
I'm like,
don't worry about it.
yeah, next time, fingers crossed. And I'm
The
probably gonna be
democracy
playing a
will
lot more
fall.
democracy tomorrow to make up for it. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, Mara, pop quiz.
Oh God.
What
Yeah.
is your name?
Miss Marikar.
What is your quest?
I don't know. Survive.
What? No, that's just the question. Just what?
What? I
What?
don't know.
Shit.
You're the DM. You're supposed to have the answers.
Bold of you to presume such heathen heresy. Where can they find you?
Y'all can find me at twitch.tv/MissMarikar. Again, I tend to do all sorts of variety gaming stuff, though. Obviously, the last week and probably next week is quite the hyper focus on Gundam stuff because I have a problem.
Oh, so the usual.
Gundams. Yeah. If it's not Gundams, it's Digimon or some other type of mecha or something. Or
That's
Blend
admittedly very, very true. I was like, well, there hasn't been a lot of Digimon as of late.
No.
It's been
No new
mostly.
content.
I have had to sit with Mara because she's my friend for I believe it was several hours of nothing but Gundam hyperfixation, trying to get me hooked into like which lens of Gundam I should start with if and when I would end up divulging into the can of mechanical worms
Exactly.
that would dive
Well,
into.
it is very important to find out which series would be best for you because some
There's
of the
a
aesthetics
lot.
for some there's a lot.
And I have learned something. I can't exactly say what, but it's something
You like dirty
involving
Gundam.
Gundam. Darling pop quiz.
Ah, but I'm naked.
What?
It's like a dream.
Yeah, it's a dream. Have to give
What
for everybody.
is your name?
I am Miss Talent.
What is your quest?
I haven't really thought about that yet. Get back to you.
Where can they find you on the Twitches?
Find me here at Twitch at Miss Talent.
Beast. I don't know where to go with it. I don't know what this bit is.
Streaming
I'm
as
just
well.
trying. I am having a wonderful time,
My preference
though it is
is
indeed very much a
for,
time.
co-op
And
games.
and I'm probably still running
fair.
off of hyperfixation brain, but we're here. You can also find Miss Tollin. Well, at least we I can words properly. We collab together.
Yes.
Also with Miss Marikar playing the lovely Dinkum. If you would like some blurse nature claws after dark and plus VTubers, and their incessant lewdness, suggestiveness, whatever term you wish to describe. You can find. I believe the next time is going to be Saturday.
Yep.
As was this
Saturday's
week.
the next time.
And you can find our other two players, Code, otherwise known as Codereth, and Tixel, otherwise known as pro_Crasta_Nation, elsewhere. Because unfortunately they are not here presently. as both of them are one is coming a bit late to the session, and the other is still unsure whether they're going to be available, because Tixel is currently moving. And I am not about to force nor obligate Tixel to come in after jet lag and moving everything.
Exactly, yeah.
But we shall have to see. There was something else I was going to say after this. Thanks, brain. But yes, we are going... admittedly, the one person we are going to be waiting on, and also shooting the shit, I suppose, is going to be waiting... we're going to be waiting on Code. We're not shooting him. That's not the word. That's not what I was looking for.
You do often threat something that involves that.
No, that's shitting, not shooting. It's a very different thing. I threaten to shit people's pants, as is my power. That is neither here nor there. I don't know. My brain's running a mile a minute. I swear I have not had coffee this entire day.
That's probably why.
I was kind of wondering. It's like, have you had too much caffeine or not enough? Because it's.
I guess
you're not in the balance.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Have there been other stimulants involved instead?
No. I don't think. Unless you count water. Speaking of hydrate. But yes, how are the folks? How is life? How is things?
I'm doing pretty good.
How'd the community stream go, by the way, V?
That was good.
Nice.
Plenty of chaos. As one.
How much? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Cut you off.
The average Helldiver's experience.
Yeah. Indeed, fair. I was about to say how much democracy was spread, but I don't know if that's exactly something you can quantify.
About 10. About 10.
Mm-hmm.
About 10 what? Sorry.
10 liters. 10 liters.
Oh, liters! It kept fading out near the end. 10 liters of pure liquidated democracy, which it turns out you can only acquiesce if you fill out your CR1 papers, or CL1 papers. Don't worry about it. For those who know, you know. But yes. I'm not sure what to expect from this session. This is gonna be interesting.
Shenanigans.
I mean, potentially. Okay, alright, here's the real question. Because I feel as though this is something that is going to be, if nothing else, causing drama in the comments, and I'm all for it. Which one is the hottest professor? Out of which one does the party consider to be the hottest?
Oh no.
I mean, you know, my stance on Silver Foxes.
Spark.
Spark.
I believe his name was Einar.
Yes, Einar.
V, do you have a stake to put in the pot?
Is yes an acceptable answer?
I'm afraid, even though it is multiple choice, that is in fact a no. Oh shit, I just realized I haven't been able to see chat this whole time because it wasn't updating. What the hell? Hold on. Oh, now it does. I am so sorry. I was like, why am I not seeing anything in chat? It's been a few minutes. Oh, that's why. Because I was like, because I was sitting here nervously we just got rid of a few people. Why am I not seeing any new messages? Is something wrong? Okay.
Chinese been talking this entire time.
Oh my god. Oh god, there is a backlog to go through. Shit. Okay, what'd I miss? Damn you, nature. Be more surprised. Monty Python reference. Okay, fair. I
That's
see
true.
Tixel is lurking in the chat.
Mm-hmm. And Kanina has a point in hearing you say "good girl" in such a nice voice during the Dinkum streams.
That is indeed something that has happened in previous Dinkum streams. I cannot confirm or deny whether that is something that will happen in future Dinkum streams. That you can only find on Saturday at twitch.tv/nature. No.
If you want to be called a good girl alongside Tom and I saying it.
When are we doing the Warhammer 40k hyperfixation nature? That is a very good question. Do I want to do that on? I was on my brain thinking, don't hyperfixate right now. Don't hyperfixate right now. Don't hyperfixate right now.
We're doing it live.
No, not here.
Yeah, Talon is here. She is. Lore mistress.
That is also admittedly true. At least Talon and I hyperfixating on Warhammer would be a very, very interesting stream experience. As for when that would be, good question. Yes.
Just hyperfixate while playing Darktide together. Fine.
Oh, I wouldn't mind an excuse to play Darktide with a few other folks. That is something we could talk about. I know. At least this was ages ago, but I think Mara, Talon, and I talked about trying, Talon trying to teach us how to play the tabletop game 40k through Tabletop Simulator or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm still down for that at some point.
Sounds so daunting.
I'm still not sure which. I mean, At least if we're doing tabletop sim, I'm not worried. Yeah, we don't have to worry about which armies we need to get because we don't have to buy any physical models. Because there's no way in hell I'm buying my own army at this current point in time. Because dear God, don't fall to the plastic crack addiction. Oh no, no, I'm not. I'm not getting into the physical sport anytime soon.
I'll say there's a lot more expensive nerdy hobbies out there.
Dying in gunplay collector.
Okay, for some reason Twitch chat is just not updating on my stream manager on my phone, which is usually how I regularly look at chat to make sure people aren't saying horrible things, and this is making sure people aren't thirsting too hard and telling too many dad jokes.
Stop making everyone hot.
Look, when you're trying to find, when you're trying to find, interesting looking characters, when you're trying, and then you try to write them to be, have very distinct personalities and make them very interesting, as a compelling character to get into, and everyone immediately wants to smash. Okay, cool. What do I do? What the hell? What in the nine hells am I? What do you expect from me? Also, on top of the fact that this is A, the internet, and B, you thirsty bastards.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? You know exactly what I mean. So this is prime time to riot. No, I think it's fixed itself finally, Ben. Now that I've actually messed with the program on my phone, so now it should be good. Damn, too bad. But
This
yes.
is just what happens though when you have VTubers, and on top of that, a bunch of pansexual disasters.
Yeah. I mean, admittedly, I did anticipate of any of the characters who are going to be very prominently thirsted for. It was going to be either Ida, the ache teacher, white hair lady, or Einar, because, duh.
Yeah.
I know there are people here who enjoy tall, silver-haired, dad bod, men with very calloused hands. So, yeah, I'm just sitting here like, yeah, okay, this is definitely going to be one. I've learned from my mistakes in the past. When I have,
And yet he continues to make them.
I mean, hey, I need to.
Like he doesn't have type.
I need to. Well, I mean, he's not. I know it is a type that has a very high attraction rate. Einar is not my type personally. Unfortunately. Yeah, as for who or what my type is, the world may never know.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, we know.
Took his drink as he too said that.
Yeah, that was not a smart time to do that.
Everyone knows. What do you mean? What do you mean, Benz? I'm appalled that you would think me so simple, so predictable, so easily readable, that as though I am literally an open book for the entire world to know.
Got lovely pictures.
God damn it. Alright, fine, it's the worst kept secret. It's the worst kept secret on the goddamn globe. But hey.
Sorry, I got
At
distracted.
least...
What's going on?
No, nothing important.
Just nature not being able to hide his tastes. We all
You two
know.
are a man of culture. Thank you, Benz.
I'm not
Gene
looking,
Stealer
I'm
cult
not
once
looking in
turtle.
anyone else's stream right now. It's fine.
Oh,
Oh, are you perchance lurking in a possible a particular angel perchance or excuse me.
uh-huh.
I hate that I immediately called it. Note to self, add more celestials. There we go. Okay. I feel like if I was ever to add a cowgirl celestial of some kind, I think V is just screwed. I think V is just gonna melt. I knew V. God damn it! Ice Shiny apparently also knew. I mean, I get there is one way I could make. Because okay. If we want to turn this into something vaguely serious, doubling back a bit into Nordareth lore, because admittedly, you're not really going to be running into anything like an Azamar in your everyday life.
Yeah.
In Nordareth, or at least not on in Alshir, I should say, not on this continent.
So yeah, they're pretty rare in general.
Yes, they're ironically more common on other continents.
Fair.
Though here on Alshir, and especially in New Arcaster, they're rare. They are much less frequent, but also they seem to be I hesitate to say more potent, but you know what I mean. Like they're typically more powerful. Higher in quality, not quantity. That's sure. However, it's also a secondary reason as to why we're not going to be seeing many Azamar within New Arcaster is because the moment they are discovered, like this is New Arcaster law, is that when an Azamar is born within the country, it is immediately taken to the capital and raised to become a politician. Like they're immediately privately tutored and set to join the council when they're essentially of a certain age. So
if we ever run into a bunch of politicians, Azimar as far as the eye can see.
Not even like like local politicians or anything like that. You are immediately part of like the Senate. Like you are you are immediately highest tier you could possibly go.
Interesting.
So like
Just
they are
angels.
apparently. And like New Arcaster is a very a very, what's the word I'm looking for? A very ecclesiarchal nation. Very theocratic. That's the term. Yeah, it is a. I guess technically you could call it a theocratic oligarchy.
Oh dear.
Basically, there are there is. It is a very religious society, but there's also a lot of religious freedom because, like, just about every major church, every major clergy, has a seat on the council. And only in recent history are there even any non-divine seats. Like no, not a member of the clergy, not an Azamar or anything like that. This religious senate surely functions without issue. Well, how do I put this?
Ooh.
New Arcaster is a nation of promise and future prosperity. Note I did not say present. It is a very idyllic nation. In that it's a very, I guess I should say it's a very idealistic nation. It's also very new, admittedly. Like, New Arcaster alone is probably only about 50 years old. Just at like in like the modern state it's in right now.
That was founded well after the Awakening.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, hell, like technically it was founded 70 years ago, but like modern New Arcaster only really exists within the past 50 years. So like basically 20 years after the Reawakening, there was a civil war or revolution. Because turns out when you have a very new situation in a very unstable political climate, there's going to be some instability. There's going to be some pretty solid chances of saying, hey, things aren't like before. They shouldn't be the way they are currently. And that's going into New Arcaster history, which I'm not going to get into all the details of right now. Though there was at least one other major historical event that's been popped up in at least a few of the books that people have been reading, is the Wars of Congregation. And it's another reason why New Arcaster is so theocratic. Is literally because the leader of the revolution who basically dismantled the monarchy, was basically one of the first Azamar on Alshir.
Okay.
But also it was her, I believe her name was Katarina, who is still alive today, by the way. She is the one who essentially went and sort of a combination of recombining all of what was all that was the old kingdom, basically recombining all of that territory under one banner. But also that was a very big time of we'll just say witch hunting, and rooting out cultists, because turns out they also sprung up out of the woodwork after the Reawakening. So Azamar Joan of Arku toppled the monarchy. In a lot of ways, yes, actually. And it is also her who is still currently the head seat on the Council of Planar Touched. Is as the current government system is referred to. And so yeah, there's a lot going on with that. And a lot of internal details we're not going to get into currently. But, yeah. New Arcaster throughout its entire history has had a lot of... it's expanded very rapidly, is all I'll say. And not all of that was done peacefully. So... yeah. Fun times. Oh boy. Yeah, I believe it has been mentioned previously. But it's considered a matter of when rather than if there's going to be a civil war. Love the lore dump. The butt session. Yes. We're I mean the one person we're still currently waiting on is Code. Which do we have an ETA on how much longer we're thinking, or
Probably a little while still.
okay. Yeah, because I don't want to interrupt
Sounds like
Code too much because
he is on the
if
way
he's
home.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if he's currently driving, I don't want to message him and
No, he's not driving. He's
okay. Well, in that
He's,
case,
on buses and stuff.
gotcha. Didn't realize we were waiting anyway. Yeah, that's all good. That's all good, Vince. Brain words. I mean, we are going to be jumping around a decent bit throughout the region, so getting a bit of history would not be a bad idea. Though I also don't want this to be like, yes, here's New Arcasta History 101, and go on for like a tangent for like another 30 minutes. Though I imagine some people might have questions.
I'm content.
Oh, what was that face? Sorry.
I said I have cake. I'm content.
Cake.
I'm scared to ask which kind, though I hope and presume it's the food kind.
Yes, it is.
Why not?
Okay. Well, I mean, I can, well, if a certain artist is to go by, apparently, I suppose also yes, but that's neither here nor there.
Cake step and drawing cake. It's fun.
Don't worry about it. Religious Senate is super fucking interesting to me. Top 3 religions or sects. I guess the top 3. Or at least the top 3 major deities, or pantheons, if you want to call it that, because New Arcasta religion's a little bit wonky. Because you also have the saints bringing in the whole mess to it. But anyway, the 3 most prominent clergies, at least that people would be aware of, are the clergy of the Sun Twins. Which is worshiping a brother and sister, god and goddess, which is Solaria and Leonis. Solaria being more of agriculture and diplomacy and peace, and the domestic side of like rulership and growth, and then Leonis is the exemplar. About righteousness and justice and conquest. Essentially, consider 2 sides of the same coin. I'm off to bed. Good night. Have a good night, Shiny. Then you have the clergy of Daelid, who I'd probably say is probably the most popular amidst the fan base. But very popular both in character and out of character. Considering Daelid is basically the god of gay rights,
Okay.
Daelid is to put it long story short. Imagine if Pan, Hermes, and Dionysus were all wrapped together into one with a little bit of Aphrodite in there for fun. Daelid is very much a deity of wanderers, travelers. Self-expression, love in all of its different forms, identity. Like, if you could list a god of soul searching, that would be Daelid. And that is literally his entire shtick. Like, Daelid, I believe, has not only the most saints, the most named saints currently written down under his purview. But also, there are specific saints of masculinity and femininity, and the various forms of affection and love, and all that sort of jazz. It's a lot. And then third... That's actually a good question. Probably tying in place between either the clergy of the Fate Weaver, dedicated to Arachne, or the clergy of... Oh, what the hell is it? Basically, the clergy of Striga. Of course, Arachne being the goddess of death and fate, and Striga being the goddess of magic, knowledge, enlightenment study, which, of course, Striga is also an owl. Or is very often considered to have an owl motif. Which, surprise, surprise, is in modern day is worshipped a decent bit by the Noctura, the same race that Ale is currently, or the same race that Talon is currently playing as. Also a lot of the Moon Elves. Wink, looking over at V. So there you go. Well, I guess the elves also worship Arachne plenty. But yeah, that's the long and short of it. We'll probably be diving more into temples and clergies and churches, quite a bit. Throughout. I mean, you guys are literally standing in a temple. Currently, that's what this library used to be. So, it's kind of unavoidable.
So much religion.
Yeah. I'm sure people are going to ask about how those line up with the principles, which is a very good question. Next question. No.
We'll find out someday, but not today.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit, I never actually sent the message to Code. God damn it. Which, admittedly, if he's... we'll say if he's not here by quarter till, about 5 minutes or so.
No, he won't be home by then.
Okay.
So if we want to get started a little bit,
Okay.
we can.
Because admittedly, I was hoping to catch up with what Rio was doing in the meantime, before moving on to what the rest of the party is going to get caught up into. Oh god, Code's going to be another 45 minutes. Okay. Alright, in that case, I suppose... this feels weird, only going
I think he's
forward.
exaggerating, but yeah, he's probably still a little ways away.
Yeah, in either case, I suppose that leaves one final question before we start delving any further. Is everyone ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ready for trauma.
Yippee! Okay, so... If I can actually... Come on, musicians, work with me. And by that I mean the music
Minstrels?
button. Yeah. Minstrels to me!
You've got to clap.
Shut up!
sometimes.
Alright, now stop playing this. Oh, okay, I actually kind of wasn't kidding on the time. I'm gonna refund that Tixel. Anyway, well, okay. For anyone who can read what Tixel just requested be named in chat, that actually would be the name of something. Just not something I can talk about publicly. Which I know sounds weird out of context, but don't worry about it. Anyways, could one of the players please recite to me what happened last time we left our heroes?
We got to meet and interact with our teachers more directly. I saw a dead person.
I see dead people.
Rio had
Yep.
his little meet up with the ferryman.
Indeed. Which we shall have to see what the fruition of that is.
Sounded like they were doing some dealing.
Where's my gold boat, man?
Indeed. give me your gold, boatman. Where's my ticket?
Where's my discount
Where's my punch cards?
We
Oh,
all
boy.
broke into our own personal research projects.
Indeed. Which I suppose we'll be getting into a little bit more of during this session, but not. We'll have to see. But yes. Sorry, I'm also working on other things in the background because I realized there was other things I need to set up. There we go. Oh shit. Chat heard nothing. Don't worry about it.
Suspicious stare.
Shh. Don't worry about it. Is there anything else the party recalls that it feels important to note?
I mean, a little bit of what our personal research was, I suppose.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
We've definitely learned a solid bit on at least the 101 basics of the esoterica within the world of Nordareth currently.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to throw a bone here.
Yeah, I'm trying to
We
recall.
learned about Ascension.
Mm-hmm.
That our
Correct.
teachers have gone
Yes.
through that
Mm-hmm.
at least once.
Mm-hmm.
UA looked into like more on how to ascend in her research. I looked more into whatever this entity we're going to be possibly facing in the future was, and learned it as the Beacon in Black.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is also very true.
Rio did a dream walking. Didn't turn out
Yes,
And that didn't go so well.
that could have gone better.
Poor kitty.
Yeah.
I've got anxiety.
I think the kitty got his first taste of existential dread. It's wild.
Ron was assured that they're not a risk to others right now.
Yeah.
And Moo was searching information on her hag mother.
That is correct. Of which also it was talked a little bit behind out of session, but there will also be some additional books that you guys have found in your studies that you'll have access to in the future. But yes, until then, I was trying to stall for time, but apparently, Wallfly is not cooperating with me currently. God damn it! Because I was hoping to actually tab over to the D&D screen, but currently it is not showing up as an option. Like, it's not showing. It's currently not showing Chrome as a window I can actually stream through OBS.
Might have to like re-input the web page into its the specificity of it.
Well, no, it's not even saying like when you go to drop down the window to select which window you wanted to stream for. It's not listing as an option.
Did you make sure to click on a different source for a second before going back to that one? Because I know that's something that happens with me with OBS if I'm like prepping my live gaming channel. If I'm on game capture, it's not going to show the options without me.
So I just pulled up properties, and then I tabbed back out of properties, and now it shows up.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah. So basically, what happens is with those sources is if you don't move away from it in some way or fashion, it doesn't update. Yeah. Because yeah, game capture does that to me all the time. Of if I don't move away from game capture, it's not going to show whatever game I'm trying to switch to.
Weird.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna question it.
Welcome to the idiosyncrasies of OBS.
You know, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. But yeah. All right. So in that case, now that actually has worked, now that it's actually worked, can I actually transition over to it? There we go. Okay, and now just for my sanity, just to double check, will it roll dice and will it not shit itself? It updates. Oh, thank God. We managed to actually fix that to update real time. Okay. All right. So in that case, we can do this.
Poor nature.
Hey, people are getting a bit of an internal look behind the scenes, both technically and mentally, at the prep work I get into for trying to work on this fucking stream. Jeezy, it's fixed.
Nature, the PNG tuber / VTuber, therefore Scuff. Scuff is ever present.
Don't speak its name. Not now.
Dread it, run from it, Scuff arrives all the same.
Are going to incite its wrath.
To be fair, we barely had any yesterday.
It's true.
That's fair. Anyway, so... Give me one moment, please. As now I can actually grab the thing I was looking for in the first place. The smell of old paper and cherry wood has frequented your nostrils the past week, as the mind sponges up the clouded pools of ink and knowledge upon hundreds, if not thousands, of pages. Your occult research has had mixed results over the course of the past... over the past week, I should say. And during that time, there have been a handful of developments. Though, admittedly, there's a number of those developments I cannot talk about currently because those players are currently not here, but that's besides the point. First and foremost, I believe the party is going to be solicited. I'm looking at the wrong map. The party... the party is going to be solicited as a group, potentially by both. Well, I guess we'll pop over here because we're in the map currently. By both, as I am terrible at recollecting names, as both Mielwyn and Winfrida, the specialist of Ecor and of Lens, especially, and I shall also grab both of them for the sake of chat to see. Green-haired lady and white-haired lady. Oh. I'm sorry, music bot was having a bit of a time for a minute, but we should be good now.
It's been having hiccups for a little bit.
Yeah, of course... I said don't invoke the name of Scuff or else it will arrive! How dare you, Mara!
It was happening before. I just didn't say anything because I didn't want to startle.
Didn't even notice it before until now. God damn it, it's fine.
Matchbox is having a time tonight.
Okay, that's gonna very mildly annoy me, but it's fine. We'll see if it persists. But in either case, when Frida will call a meeting together with the majority of the party, along with actually having Bella present, you see, who has still definitely a bit meek looking, She still tends to gravitate her eyes towards the ground more so than anyone's eye contact. But she's at least not as like she's not as afraid as she looked on the first day here. Nor as nauseous, I suppose we'll say. Or not at least uncomfortable. I should say. Hold on a second, sorry. Oh, that's one thing I almost forgot about during all this. Dice!
Dice, yes. Dice and inspiration.
Oh my god, you're absolutely... That's also another thing. I am so sorry. I am apparently all over the place tonight.
Goodness, Matchbox, what is going on?
Yeah... Yeah, to be a little bit transparent, admittedly there was a, I had a lot of other stuff planned to be starting off with, though again those folks aren't here, but so it's fine. So I'm working a bit off the cuff, so we'll play it by ear. All right. You know what? First and foremost, Talon, could you please pick a color?
Pink.
Will purple or red suffice?
No.
Well, in that case, all right, V, could you pick a color? I don't have pink dice. I'm sorry.
Alright, how about blue?
Okay, blue it is. Never mind. You know what? V can pick the other color.
Do you have black dice?
I have multiple black dice, actually. Well, I guess I should say they're mixed with other colors. Would you prefer black and yellow or black and red?
Go with black.
Black. You cut out at the end. Sorry.
Black and red.
Wunderbar. Okay. But yes, Winfrieda will perk up. Oh my God, sorry. Fates. Shit. My brain is all over the place. I am so sorry. Alright. First and foremost... Yeah! Is a 4, so A will get a point of inspiration. And also... Yeah! Is a 5. So Braun will get a point of inspiration, which I will actually mark in Roll20. There we go. But yeah, so... As the noonday sun crests in through the bay windows of the library, and another day of mostly nothing but book reading has transpired. I imagine the party, because I guess I should say this. The main, there is only one main study area, so unless people would have went off to go on their lonesome to go read, they all would have been collected together in the library, just having their own like sections with just books everywhere.
That's fair.
You know what? Here's a question. What does UA's study space look like currently at the table?
That's actually an interesting question. So my first thought would be...
How organized? I should say.
Yeah. Probably a little haphazard, though. If she could get away with it, she'd actually try to get herself up into a tree with like a satchel of her books to try to read. But I don't think that's possible here.
Oh my god, I sincerely apologize. Could you repeat that last part? Because
No worries.
For other stuff.
No worries. Yeah. If there was like some type of like tree or high space that she could be on that could support her weight, that'd be something that she'd do. So she might not actually be in the library room. Potentially.
There
Not sure if there's
are
any trees in this area.
there are some out in the garden, actually, or at least I should say there are trees in the garden, but there are also a number of trees on the property, that are look at least pretty solidly old. At least look pretty old and pretty
Okay.
solid, standing about at least maybe at the peak maybe about 40 feet high. There's a few lower branches, that you might be at least be able to support your weight on. Whether or not you can get the large number of books up there as well is another story entirely.
Yeah, probably not then. Yeah. Let's see here. It's. We'll just stick with the library then. Never mind.
There is like a balcony.
No. It's high dangly thingy. But no, don't worry.
Fair enough. Fair
As
enough. Fair
for
enough.
yeah, library organization, a little messy. It's more like once she's done with something, it kind of just goes into like a slumped pile.
Like to be sorted later.
Yeah, like to be sorted, and she's done with it for now. Yeah, and she's like
Okay.
just poring over, trying to find exactly what she's wanting.
Okay. In that, in that case, what does a Moo's study space look like? Sorry.
A little more organized. I have I have a couple smaller stacks of books. That's like, my to be read pile, and then I have another pile of books that is like ones I've already thumbed through or already finished, and then I have like a notepad. I probably have some like diagrams or drawings like off to the side somewhere.
A few schematics.
Yeah, a few schematics, various, tools of measurement, as I usually do. But I'm pointedly, like, very far away from everyone else. I don't want to be bothered.
That's fair. There are a few at least like corner desks, that are like they're kind of in the middle of the walkway of like people have to go around you to get some of the books, but at least it's like away for the most part from all of the other tables. It's about as private as you're easily going to be able to get while still having access to like most of the library, to be able to draw from. And so, it's actually Mielwyn, who will be strolling up to Mew, just like, "Good afternoon, madam." As just thump, there is like a pile of like 6 or 7 books, just piled up onto the to be read pile, that you had organized. As she looks over to you, "Oh, sorry, was this part of something?"
It's all right. What can I help you with?
Sorry. I was actually hoping to get you and your compatriots together, to talk about. She kind of like she looks around before she kind of like moves to the side a few inches to show the meek Bella, kind of just very quietly wave. Just kind of standing there, just, "Hi,
Hello.
She again kind of shrinks a bit, and just kind of gives like a very weak smile, before she just kind of like turns behind the corner of a bookshelf. I realize that you've only talked with her very briefly, but I don't know if there's, she just kind of she leans in to whisper a bit. I don't know if there's any knowledge or any information that you know that you'd be, no pressure to share, of course, but if there's any context you might be able to give about her what's the common term? She kind of like whispers under her breath. Her housing situation.
Oh. I don't really have an answer for that.
Okay.
I've probably spoken to her the least out of any of us. I mean, most interaction I've had with her is when you and I found her in the woods. So.
Of course. I've been meaning to ask about this, but your group is going to be, at least if I've heard Galen correctly, is going to be sent out on another mission or another expedition sometime in the near future. And so I was actually looking to offer her up with. Let me rephrase. It seems as though you have the, at least you and your party, I should say, have the most rapport with her out of anyone else within amongst our students. And if she's going to be sent out on any field research, I would like to ask it would be with you. Now, this isn't any pressure or any obligation, of course, by the way. This is ultimately you and your group's decision. But, just something I would like to ask about, and make known.
Of course. I see no issue with it, but I can gather everyone else so we can discuss this as a unit.
Of course. There's likely going to be a bit more than just that, of course, but yeah, I just wanted to brace you. She kind of like awkwardly smiles. Okay, well,
Appreciate the heads up.
yeah, I'll get to. I'll gather up some of the other mentors, and yeah, she just turns around and starts walking back towards the door, immediately seeing part of her hiding space disappear. Bella's just quickly starts walking behind and following away.
Shake my head. So timid.
Mm-hmm. And that's
I'll
another. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'll put down whatever I'm doing and go round up everyone else.
The books are still in the pile, by the way. She didn't pick them back up.
I'll deal with that later.
Okay.
Wow, nature didn't ask how my study area looks.
You know what? Enlighten me, Talon. What does your study area look like?
Ale is like smack dab in the middle of an aisle on the floor, books scattered everywhere.
Amazing.
Okay,
Oh, no.
all right.
Oh no.
She has become one with the pile of the books.
Please
She's
tell
made a
me that Moo just crests around the corner to just see this nest of books that Ale is currently sitting in the middle of.
It just shifts occasionally.
Like it's literally like the bookshelf over from where Moo is currently studying.
Oh dear.
Yeah, pile of books. Ale?
Head just pops out of the stack of books, yes?
That.
The
okay.
three of them just kind of like stumble off to the side.
We have a meeting.
Oh, of course.
Do you know where UA is?
I think she was over at the table.
Yeah, kind of at one of the bigger tables. That's where my like loose pile of already read through stuff is. And
You look around the other corner of the section of bookshelf that you're looking around, and you just is Yue's head in her hands currently?
yeah, more than likely, like her her left big hand is like holding one of the books as like the lower left is helping flip through pages while her head's resting on her two right limbs, just kind of just kind of propped against the table. Just
Oh, that sounds so useful and comfy.
She's taken up a decent bit of the table space though, accidentally. As you see, Clotho is off in one corner, like having a very meticulous but very like compact space because of it. And after a few minutes, eventually the party is gathered together. Before the teachers actually filing through the door, Clotho, his head kind of perks up before giving a subtle nod. As you actually see cresting behind one of the bookshelves, the translucent form of Nerifia, who just kind of beckons Clotho to follow, and he just quietly nods and does a bit of just a bow towards you, Yue, before just gathering his things and walking off down the stairwell.
yeah, Yui doesn't move too terribly much. Like her eyes glance over and just kind of meets back to Clotho, giving a little nod before like flipping another page and just kind of delving into the book again.
We will meet again. And then he walks off. Alright, so. And then gather. Sorry, I'm working on.
Also seems Matchbox has fixed its curmudgeoniness.
Yeah, I noticed it smoothed out a bit, which is nice, and I approve immensely. Alright.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was just some type of connection lag or something.
Yeah. Okay. So. There we go.
Oh boy.
Yeah, after about 15 minutes of just gathering the party together, clearing up some book space, like to organize stuff now. Does Ale or Mew try to help like with organizing, or is it just like just carry them off to the side?
Yeah, I'm just trying to make room, organizing and wait.
Fair.
Yeah, I would very quickly get things back organized.
Yeah, probably once told the
crazy wild pile that looked like it.
Hey, you know where everything is in that pile. It's fine. It's organized chaos. Yeah, it's like probably once Yue is like stirred from reading, she'll kind of organize her pile of books, and then like while she's doing that, her smaller arms are like pocketing the books that she hasn't gone through just yet, like into a satchel or something like that, just to clear them out of the way.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Apologies for the breaking the flow. I guess I could maybe say, is that the common word? Is that the as you see Winfried coming back through the door as Remora just immediately following behind, just sidesteps to get out of the line and just leans back against the window, just keeping away from all of this as much as possible while still listening. As of course directly behind you see once again Mialwyn, but also Galan, the head scholar of Locke, of the OSL, or the Adelaide Archives. I hope I'm not disturbing anything too important.
Oh no, it's not. I mean, it's good. It's have a break every now and then.
Splendid.
Mhm.
Well, in that case, I'm sincerely apologizing. I'm going to be adding some more work to your pile. There is indeed another mission that I would like to request of the group of you. Though this isn't something to be taken immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening.
Sorry, I'm hesitating. He's not. There is there a few of my sorry. I swear I'm a professional. I'm afraid there is a predicament that has currently that has just came across my attention within the past few days, and something that I am incredibly concerned, or at least intrigued, about its potential, about its implications, I should say, as well as also the lack of awareness we have had of it up until this point. There is an auction house opening its doors sometime within the next few weeks in the lower districts of New Arcaster City. This auctioneer is apparently one Iron Dragon-born refugee who goes by, as I try to pronounce this name once again, Ostarutzin Allahab Vorakas. And I will spell that for you. I will put that in the chat.
Thank you.
Who seems to have somehow garnered a both quite an interesting following was within recent memory, or at least has been posting advertisements plentifully within the lower districts as well as the slums, but is also advertising as being invitation only. Now, I'm not sure how many of you folks are knowledgeable of recent history, as Galan kind of just, eyes kind of glance around at the various members of the table, kind of lingering on Yue for a solid moment. Though it is incredibly suspicious to see an Iron Dragon born of all folks suddenly appear with a large quantity of antiques from his homeland that he is pawning off at a private auction.
I'm guessing for just above table stuff, Iron Dragons are typically from, why do I always forget the continent that Yue is from?
Are you Kamayashi?
Kamiyashi.
Roll a history check.
Sure thing.
And I'll actually let everyone roll for this one. Though Mew is at disadvantage.
For obvious reasons.
Actually, apologies. Yue would be with advantage because of where she grew up.
Okay. There we go. That's slightly better. Yeah. Grew up in New Arcaster, but was
Oh,
still raised
shit.
in Waterford.
I read a lot.
Moo was just reading like a freaking just a newspaper from the pile. Which New Arcaster City does actually have newspapers that occasionally manage to spread their way out from the capital, but I digress. So Mara and Mew, in particular, actually, ironically, Mew has a slight better understanding of this, even though Mara saw it firsthand. Within the past, Oops, sorry. Well, what was it, Mario?
I was like, I was young.
That's fair.
Marveling.
Within the past 15 or so years, there has been a large influx of Dragonborn refugees coming into New Arcaster.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because of a change in the a change in rulership within the lands of Dragon's Blood, otherwise referred to as Trihikiedar, which I will also spell out that name because I'm sorry, Draconic is a lot. And to run the SparkNotes version, Stihikiedar was a Dragonborn empire, a massive Dragonborn empire along the southern coastline of Kanareshti. Basically, Kanareshti borders the continent of Kamiyashi with like a mountain range, similar to like Europe and Asia. Whereas Kamiyashi is the eastern side, Kanareshti is the western side. No, it's not confusing. And Stihikiedar has had a long-running dynasty, imperial dynasty for essentially going back, millennia, or eons, we should say. Up until within the past 20 years, there was a revolution called the Revolution of 20 Scales. In which essentially the 20 different clans, the 20 different clans of Dragonborn, actually united together to rebel against the monarchy, against the Sultanate. However, not too long after the council actually did win and was established, it was unanimously voted for the Iron representative on the council, who is now referred to as Uskoth by his clan name, who was voted in essentially Chancellor for life. Through a combination of strong-arming the council and through staging a military coup. And so, the past 15 years have been referred to as the Mandate of the Iron Fang, in which, within more recent times, Trihikiedar has actually properly closed their borders. But since Uskoth came into power, a lot of people have abandoned the country, and the majority of those refugees were accepted here in New Arcaster, especially so in the port cities like Everton. And so now we have an Iron Dragonborn fleeing the country. Who is and I believe it'd be Mew who puts this together first. Yes, there are refugees from all scale colors, but this is an Iron Dragonborn who is fleeing the country with large quantities of relics and antiques, trying to sell them now here in their new home. That there's a little bit of suspicion there.
Wonder where this came from.
Exactly.
Well, that's the sound of a code.
And Galen kind of perks up with that look of recognition on Mew's face. And as far as if my records are clear, common. I believe the majority of these relics are indeed both of Strihikiedar origin as well as of Kamiyashi origin. And as an extension to that, if our sources are to be believed, a number of these relics do also have potency of an esoteric persuasion. And if anyone is going to be wanting to gain influence and snatch up these artifacts, it is going to be much of our competition, we'll say.
So you want us to? So what I'm gathering is we need to go. We need to get in there and get our hands on them before someone else does.
If you can, that would be wonderful. The current task I'm equating you all with is not only getting an invitation to the auction house, but also gathering as much intel as you can on the other guests who are going to be arriving.
Okay.
As we have no confirmation as to who exactly is going to be attending.
Okay. So, above table real quick.
Yes.
Do I does Mew think that this is something that Izera or like his family would, be able to like assist us with?
Roll insight.
Because like I don't know the full extent of like what his family's feelings are, but
It's fair.
seems like something they might have some grasp on.
Oh, there we go. 16. One moment, please. Because I need to double check a few things.
Also, welcome in, Code.
Hello.
Oh, we have a code! Hello!
I say, Code is always symbolized with the sound of a USB device being connected to a computer.
But yes, hello, Code. Sorry, welcome back. I'm not sure how much you've been keeping up on, or how much you've been able to keep up on with the session so far. Or did you just get here?
He just got here like a minute or two ago. He may still be like washing up or something.
He still isn't pressing his push to talk button. Or his microphone's not working. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're saying anything, I cannot hear you.
Yeah, your mic's not picking up. Like it activated there, but it didn't.
Yeah.
He just got on, so he hasn't heard
Okay,
like anything.
He's waking
about
up.
now?
There
Oh,
you
there
go.
we are. Hello! Yes!
Hello. Discord just changing my audio devices.
He
as
does that
usual.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Oof.
Like we updated and now we've changed the defaults.
But yes, to very quickly recap what the party has learned thus far, is that the next mission that the party is being requested for is that there is an auction house that is popping up in the lower portions of New Arcaster City, that is advertising a number of wares from Kanareshti and Kamayashi, essentially two other continents. That A, likely are of an occult persuasion, and B, are probably not gotten through the most legal of means. So, coming back to Galan. But yes, if you can establish yourselves within the lower rungs of New Arcaster City and gather some rapport with our auctioneer, as well as keeping eyes out for any other hands that this man is shaking with, that would be greatly beneficial to the OSL, and one that you will be rewarded for handsomely. Though Oh, go ahead.
Did I get anything off that
Oh, yes, sorry. Right, I was grabbing that as code popped in. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Why are my notes? Okay, there we go. I was like, why are my notes not showing up? Okay. Um, I mean, it's been a while since you've last talked to him. Admittedly. At least the last that you communicated with him, you were on good terms. Whether he would have enough rapport to really know who the hell this is, or have any, like, there might be some word on the street that he knows. But admittedly, at the end of the day, you'd have to go find him and ask him yourself.
Alright.
But yes. Yeah. I also sincerely apologize that there's not much we can do ourselves to influence directly, with getting you a way in, I should say, at least in terms of influence. We will be able to at least teleport you to New Arcaster City ourselves, within the lower districts. But once you are in there, your only contact will be the only quick contact within the city will be with Albot, who I believe at least one of you has currently has a direct sending stone to. Oh, what was that?
Faster, right?
Sorry, V, you were trying to say something? It sounded like the voice mod popped on.
Yeah, I guess it did for some reason. That's weird.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I just said I hold it. Yeah, I hold the sending stone. Take it.
But yes, this is indeed a new Arcaster City. I recall you also have some rapport or connections within the city. Looking over to Ale.
Well, I don't know about that.
Eyebrow kind of raises, but just kind of quietly nods and moves on. But yes.
I at least have some connections, some connections in the city. I can touch base with them when we arrive.
Wonderful. Once you are within the city, Albad might be able to garner you some more information as to the most recent, as to the closest safe house, if you want to put it that way. The closest doors that will take you. But outside of that, I'm afraid things are still in the planning stages. Which is why also I would like to give you folks some time to prepare and plan yourselves, as well as an opportunity. A few of our other students who are residing here with the Adelaide Archives are open and willing to joining you as part of your. We'll call it field research. Kind of smiles. To be able to further their studies within the fields, as well as as well as providing aid within your own regard and protection. To put it simply, essentially of the party. You are able to bring along two other students of the Adelaide Archives as retainers on the next mission.
Interesting.
I will not have you decide up front. Of course, that is of your group to decide amongst yourselves, and I will not strong arm you in any way and tell you to pick favorites. He smiles. But I merely wanted to propose the idea, propose the requisition of you all, should you accept, as well as also give you time to plan and prepare over the next few days. Any questions?
None at the moment.
Likewise.
It sounds straightforward enough.
Splendid. If that is all clear and done with, there is a second request I would make of the five of you.
That would be...
A test. Another the smile kind of creeps off across his face again. I would like to. I understand you folks have already dealt with a prominent number of supernatural creatures. However, I would like to potentially educate and train you more on what enemies you are likely to be facing. At this point, Winfried kind of clears her throat and kind of perks up. We're fairly confident, at least, of one of the organizations who are going to be already gathering intel within the location you're going to be dropping into. Ale, I'm not sure if the term Ordo Obliviae has come up in your research at all thus far, or for you that matter, UA.
Yes, that's the question. Has it?
I'll say, let's just say roll intelligence, for the both of you.
Rio's from New Arcaster. Would he recognize that?
Apparently not Ale. The name Ordo Obliviae? Intelligence with disadvantage. Because this isn't exactly a name that's publicly known.
Nope.
Apparently Mara's the only one, which makes sense. In your research, and also ironically from your gossip, from inadvertently hearing it while trying to find a good study spot, you've overheard a little bit of talk with the other tutors, with the other scholars of the Adderlight Archives.
Mm-hmm.
The Ordo Obliviae, you didn't hear much about the personal details outside of the fact that it was definitely talked about with a lot of antagonism, as though, like, this is not a friendly organization, this is not one we're on good terms with, or at least are actively hostile with. And based on what's been described, you're pretty confident it was the Ordo Obliviae that summoned something, like, on the premises, and was the attack, that would... Essentially the disturbance that the archives had to deal with, before you were even arrived.
Okay.
Basically, they're the reason why when Frida wasn't there to invite you personally. During your first meeting.
Makes sense.
And also based on the information you garnered, they primarily specialize in studies of the principle of fade. Not sure exactly how. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and you just make a comment like, I've picked up a little bit during my time here, at least.
It seems you have a very acute sense of hearing. But yes.
Just kind of a wry little smile just goes across her lips.
But yes, the Ordo Obliviae is indeed an organization that we know frustratingly little about. At least frustratingly little for certain, and has been a thorn in our side over the past few years. We have reason to believe also that one of our previous students has also turned over to the organization after they had gone AWOL. And it is also primarily that reason that they were able to summon something on our premises. But nonetheless, now that the proper countermeasures have been put in place, that should not be a worry from here on out. Not if I have anything to say about it. But I would like to educate and see firsthand the capabilities of the students I'm going to be sending out into the field personally for the first time. I hope there's no objections.
Down here.
Could use a little stretch as as Yue like pushes herself up from the table, just like standing up, kind of
Splint.
rolling her shoulders back a little bit.
Don't worry. You'll get plenty of rest.
I meant exercise.
I'm afraid it'll actually be later tonight.
Excellent.
But outside of your training program, I'm going to be subjecting you folks to. You will have until the next. Hold on. I actually have to check the calendar.
The next time interval.
Yes. Hold on. Of the next Farayan, for the English users, that's next Sunday. Within 6 days, you will have your time to prepare and plan until you are sent out. Make of that time the best as you can, but no rush. He smiles. Well, if no one else has any other obligations, I suppose an early rest would be beneficial for all of you.
I mean, I can take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Alright. If there's no objections, follow me. And he will stand up. Well, I say he's already standing. He gestures for the group to stand up, and we'll have you all follow, but back downstairs, actually to your like dorm room. Which I can also move the group. Don't worry. Alright, everyone get comfortable. If my sources are correct, I believe you folks will be familiar with this procedure already. As Galan kind of idly looks over at Braun, who is already like clocked out in bed. Just like, right. Well, I suppose in that case, is everyone ready?
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. Hold on one moment, please. As my notes take a time to update. There we go. Galan will briskly and methodically walk from form to form, eyes measuring almost every detail of the face so as to gingerly plant his thumb directly on the center of the forehead. From the pad of his thumb, he starts to draw this softly glowing violet emblem of a closed eye before gently nodding and moving on to the next person. As your consciousness fades with the rhythmic brushstroke of a finger, the smell of cool, fresh rain and sickly sweetness permeates the air as your eyelids will flutter open. And I shall move everyone over to the next map.
Boy.
And also need to change up the music. Hold on.
Nature, when did you want to do the, thing with Ida?
Oh, yes! Actually,
Mhm.
here, because this seems like a good transition point, are we right with taking a quick aside, to cover,
Flashback.
yeah, flashback! Just,
Just
Rio is just having
loading
these...
up new assets and maps and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rio is just like thinking of all this as he's about to start dreaming. But yes, which in that case I'll actually move everyone back over to the Abbey map real quick. Boop doop boop. So for Rio, a few things have been notified of you. First and foremost, the skull that you have been so patiently waiting for on more information of, and what the hell it even is. Which Albaz will personally take a look at it, and after after he comes back with the results, I'm gonna roll advantage on that because fuck that. Okay, there we go. In the middle of one of your study sessions with Ida and Madoka, Albad would actually kind of briskly open the door. Just, pardon me, Ida, I would like to borrow Rio for a brief moment. As Ida just kind of, all right, fine, and just kind of sweeps with a hand, like, go on. As Rio, you yourself will be ushered out back into Albad's like little bell tower like office area, of which you see the skull is like propped up on a makeshift like little inspection station, which it's mostly just a tarp over a few boxes that he's got set up. Now, remind me again, where exactly did you find this? Also bringing up Albot again for the sake of chat. Oop.
In a dream?
Yes. And you said it was summoned, if I recall correctly, by this masked figure.
That is correct.
Now, this is unusual for multiple reasons. For one, first to explain what it is. This, as far as I'm aware, if I'm correct on this, is the skull of a creature referred to as a percussagont, which I will also spell out. Of which percussagons are a particularly volatile and particularly potent form of elemental, particularly of a air or storm elemental, if you would like to use more common vernacular. Though in particular, based on how you've described, this was a weirdly either weakened or otherwise enthralled version of the typical creature. Percussagons are They can be commanded, though it is like trying to command, well, simply a typhoon at the end of the day. And dealing with one directly, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, at the skill level that all of you were at when you were confronted by this, I am pleasantly surprised you managed to kill it. Well, even kill it. he gestures exasperatedly at the skull again. Normal. I apologize. You're not aware of most of these things. Most outsiders, as in most supernatural creatures not of the material plane, when they are slain, they return to the home plane that they are native to, as far as we understand. There have been multiple cases of fiends or other, outside beings having been slain and then returning back to some other, having signs of returning from whence they came, rather than just leaving a corpse for you. At least it will decay very rapidly. Whereas you have, outside of a few scratches, a perfectly intact skull of one of the most volatile storm elementals in my research. Outside of, well, natural disasters. So needless to say, I'm dumbfounded. It's just like... he just has this look of... how? What? Why? It's just like he's looking at you, expecting an answer.
I have no idea. I just picked it up and woke up with it.
Right. Okay. Divine intervention, I guess. Alright, well, in either case, you've managed to gather one of the most pristine specimens I've ever found. Well, nonetheless, no matter what you decide to do with it, this is a quite potent magical material for the purposes of crafting or enchanting, should you decide to use it as such. It is essentially, as much as it resembles bone, it is essentially a form of petrified wood. And so it will carve and chisel in similar ways to stone. As for what you do with it, that is your discretion, but I know not who this benefactor is, as much as we have our theories, but whoever it is certainly able to tamper with things they otherwise shouldn't be able to. In other words, you're incredibly lucky. Well, I mean, if you have any other questions about this or the creature in question, by all means, but otherwise, I'm done. Just slumps back in his chair.
I appreciate your time. I'll make sure something good comes of it.
I sincerely hope so. You can attend back to your studies now. As... Roll insight.
Oh god. Oh my lord, these rolls tonight.
Never mind, continue. Yeah, you just calmly stroll out of his office. As you quietly don't see him just slump with his head in his hands as the door closes. And you return back to your studies without a care. without a problem in the world. You have the skull. And otherwise, all that is left presently during the week is of the previous week is your study under Ida of the principle of ache, which we can just speed run through the dice rolls for and get straight to the end. This is going to be. Okay, I have to pull up the rules again. Hold on. Either way, the first roll, no matter what, is going to be an investigation check. So we'll, if you can roll that for me real quick. 13. I believe that is just barely gets over a success. Then for the second roll, it is going to be first a history check and then an insight check. Both successes. And last but certainly not least, this is going to be a check of intuition, which I would like to ask you, Rio. What wisdom-based skill would Rio turn to try to wrap his head around and understand the principle of ache? This is a wisdom-based skill check of your choice, as long as you can explain to me.
Sorry, I'm looking at which ones are.
Oh, good, oh, good. Gives me time to work on other things. Though I will also note I am flipping the hourglass to track the time.
I want to say.
As long as you can explain your reasoning for me, I'll probably allow it. As long as it makes sense.
Sorry, what exactly was the question again? Explain my understanding.
Is a wisdom-based skill check of your choice. As long as you can explain to me how Rio applies it to his research, or like to his studying. And it doesn't have to mean book research or anything like that. It can be just understanding.
I was actually gonna go with like the book route, and maybe perception.
Okay, just compare it.
Everything over.
Yeah, reading as much as you can, comparing patterns that you see. All right, I'll allow that for perception. Though it won't be with advantage, I'm afraid. 6. Unfortunate, though I believe that still should be enough successes for you. One moment, please. Just have to grab that section again. Not all aches are of the flesh. Fascination, yearning, even dreams alone spur from wanderlust and passion. It's no secret your new self was born from a yearning heard at the right moment, even if by accident. You know not the midwife, or who granted your mind its birth, but pangs of such magic still rattle and pulse within you. Whether you strengthen or sweeten those lingering desires is of your discretion. You have 3 yes or no questions that you can ask of me, the DM, to answer. That can also provide some elaboration outside of just the yes or no. Or Admittedly, you're after everyone else, so it doesn't really apply to you, but for the future, if you would like to instead give those questions to other people for their research, and helping them with theirs, that is a future route. Or you can choose to take a singular hint to expend one of your questions. Of like, a possible avenue or like a hook, we'll say.
Okay. And I know you said you're asking the DM, but is this Ida answering these, or is this you?
Could be Ida, could be something you find in your notes, like as you're researching. It's questions that are answered as you go through your research.
The first one, I think of two immediately.
Perfect.
The first one being, can I read the grail in its kiln?
Yes, that is absolutely something I would allow. Or something that Ida would allow you to. And I'll say that is something you would be able to do during the next shorter stint of downtime to prep.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Yeah, I'm afraid I would not allow you to take it with you, darling, after all the hard work we took into getting this thing in the first place. We'd rather that had not snatched out of our hands once again. But I suppose, given the struggle it's taken to garner getting it, I suppose a quick read for a night or two wouldn't be amiss. She smiles. Bear in mind, there is quite, how do I put this? Evocative imagery? There is quite a substantial amount of knowledge in there, but there is, I'll just let you see it for yourself when you go to read it.
I've seen some things.
Okay, good. You understand what I mean. Okay. I didn't want to say I presume anything because of, never mind. Anyways, back to the lesson as she turns off. Back to the research. Second question.
Will my pursuit of dream walking and learning about that help me get a better understanding of the principles?
Absolutely. Fleetings are, to put it in layman's terms, emotions that cannot be physically felt in its, whelming, or it is an emotion that the soul feels. It overextends from what the body itself could experience. And so, ergo, sorry, brain words. Essentially, especially Ida recommending this, I would say one of the most personal and the most intimate ways of understanding the principles is to, of course, experience them yourself, as intense as they might be. The more that you experience these fleetings, and the more you experience these emotions that have these ebb and pull and flow with the different principles, help to get a better, I believe the common phrase would be vibe, of what encompasses them, though admittedly it is quite broad. But yes, it would indeed help your understanding in multiple ways, and also are quite potent in the realms of esoterica and magic. Do you have a third question?
You said I could take one hint and turn one into a hint?
One hook? Sure.
Sure, let's do that.
I'll throw you a bone because of how hot garbage your personal research went, outside of the principles, especially in the extension of dream walking, and all of that. you definitely feel this particular pull pertaining to dream walking, as being able to answer some of these questions. Whether or not it is the... Oh, okay, I understand. Sorry. Sorry. I was getting some notifications. But yeah, long story short, to answer more questions about yourself, dream walking definitely feels like the answer. It will definitely lead you in the right direction. Almost, it seems as though you get this feeling you need to find. Essentially, you're trying to find a specific location that you're being guided towards, and that's as far as I will say.
Sounds good.
All right, and all of these visions, all of these memories that you have experienced over the past several days, over the past week, all kind of cascade through your mind before you all reawaken within this very different locale. As now I will be changing music and ambience, and then bring us over to the new map. Also, yes, welcome in, Tixel. Hey! Hello. Also, as we immediately get raided by Othello, hi!
Hey, so is my voice sounding better than it normally does?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
Clear.
Yeah.
Much clearer. Go, my
It's
lord.
so crisp.
I actually need
Partner
to turn
has
you
an
down a bit.
actual microphone.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so used to your Call of Duty fucking like like audio quality. Oh my god, it is
Beautiful.
Just
it is
keep your
night
hand over your
and
mouth, I'm sure it'll be the
day.
same.
And the most I'll say for this, Tixel, is a pleasant surprise to hear your voice clearly.
Exactly, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so what are we doing?
Okay, so actually, you know what? Just because we just got raided, and thank you for the gift sub to Othello. Could one of the players please recite to me what's happened so far this session?
So we've been assigned a new job. We'll be heading into New Arcaster in about 6 days. I just forgot the name of the
Like NA
dragon.
City?
Yeah.
New Arcaster
We're going
City,
in-
yes.
Yeah.
New Arcaster City. We're going into.
We're going to NAC, guys.
We're going to NAC. Yeah. We're going to try to get into a prestigious auction by an Iron Dragonborn
Auctioneer.
person auctioneer that seems to be selling a bunch of occult esoterica.
Yeah.
Esoterica, eh? Okay.
Mm.
Which
And-
I might have
yeah.
connections in the city that can help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably good.
I'm not gonna ask anyone to
Weird.
go through the history lesson, but
Mhm.
Yeah, Ale might have
No, we
connections
should have
too,
that
but
Rio
we'll see
probably
where
does.
that can go.
Mhm.
we'll see. We'll have to see.
Also got
Yeah.
a map of the place.
Yeah, also,
That
the
is
only other
correct. You
thing
do have a
is-
map of New Arcaster City, which I'm gonna need to work on next week.
New homework
That's
for the
a future
turtle.
I
problem.
thought you already had one, Nature.
It's not done. I never finished
Okay.
it.
Oh dear. Yeah, the only other
Don't
thing
worry
is, oh goodness, I just forgot the name of the faction.
Oh shit.
But an opposing Fade faction might be present at said auction.
Order Oblivia.
Yes,
Oh,
the
Ordo
Ordo
Oblivia.
Obliviae. Ooh, sorry.
Yeah.
Which I will grab that name as well, because I never put that in the chat. Apologies.
And
A lot of names
incident
being
that
dropped.
happened right before we arrived, the incident that happened at this place here was apparently done by Ordo Oblivia. One of the
Yes.
students turned traitor.
Long story short, one of the students previously turned traitor against, essentially against the OSL and turns to the Order Obliviae, and that is presumably why the summoned creature that was essentially assaulting and ransacking the Adelaide Archives is also the reason why Winfrida wasn't there to greet you the first time, because they were in the middle of dealing with that.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, there is all of that. I'm not sure how much you remember about Dragonborn history, but the fact basically an Iron Dragonborn refugee is coming straight over with a bunch of esoteric antiques and relics, immediately pawning them off as a private auction. This says suspicious written all over it. So there's that whole deal.
Sketchy.
Hush, Jaffa. I see you in chat. Anyway, but yes, there is that. Anything else in particular to bring up?
I can't think of anything else.
Oh my god, Rio. Sorry, you turned this pristine fucking storm elemental skull into a fucking piggy bank.
Oh god. I was gonna say, remember, UA has offered to basically be pack mule because literally she's a race that is kind of known for being able to carry extra load.
Also, one last thing before we, if the recap is done, one last thing before we dive back into the session. Rio, actually, if Rio and Moo, you could both talk to me sometime during the week if you want to work together on what that magic item is going to be.
Oh dear.
Because basically, you can make a custom magic item with this.
Oh, we can cook.
Yeah.
We can cook.
Well, I mean, isn't a bag of holding one of the artificer infusions that you can get at second level?
That is true.
That's one I have active right now.
But yes, all right. Another case. If that is every. Oh god damn it, Chip! Where are my minstrels?
The minstrels have run away, but yeah, now we're being thrust into a sleep for a combat test.
Yeah,
or some type of test.
I will say, Braun, you do clock out immediately. Essentially, like as Galan, the lock head scholar of the OSL is essentially having everyone take an early nap in the late afternoon. You do feel a very familiar shift in your consciousness as you begin to drift off. And I'll describe this again because again it's been a bit. Let's see. As your consciousness fades with the rhythmic brushstroke of his finger, the smell of cool, fresh rain and a sickly sweetness permeates the air as your eyelids flutter open. Before you, towering, knotted beech trees loom over the rocky cliff faces of the small valley you find yourself in, the sunlight overhead fractured into a dim mosaic onto the soil beneath you. As all of you wake up in another dream.
Oh no.
What?
Definitely, like,
Oh shit.
upon waking up in the dream, like, I still grab at, like, UA still grabs at, like, the scabbards for her katana and wakizashi, just kind of, again, starting to survey around, because it's like, last time, this is combat, and we kind of were told combat this time, too. So...
Ron's going to light up a little flame in his hand, just in preparation.
Mew pulls out her gun.
Oh right, you have though. You have one of those now.
She's got a gun.
I
Yeah.
love.
You have ammo for it, though, is the question.
Yes, I love the simplicity. Moo pulls out a gun.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. It's funny you say that. You ask about ammo because I don't need ammo.
Oh, you do. You have repeating
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
I have a repeating
My
pistol now.
Gosh.
Oh boy.
Good infusion. Good choice.
Who needs
Repeating
ammunition?
shot.
Yeah, magic.
If I'm
Pull
going
out
to be
my
honest,
human gun.
repeating shot, returning weapon, and when I can get it, the ability to craft bags of holding are the 3 artificer infusions I always pick every time.
Oh yeah, it's so good. I'm gonna defeat you with the power of friendship in this gun I found.
Ahem.
I wonder. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
He's
sorry.
got
If you have one last thing, go on ahead. Galon is clearing his throat.
I'm very curious what would happen if Braun activated his dreamscape while we're in a dream.
Oh no! Not,
All
not
I
that
shall
possible.
say is, please don't try. Which actually, you know what, Braun? Roll an intelligence check with advantage.
Oh, that's my phone.
Oh, you had enough. Damn it! God damn it, Tixel!
Is this a demiplane in a demiplane situation, Nature?
We'll roll the fucking intelligence check and find out. 21. Nice.
21.
So, not so much a demiplane within the demiplane scenario, but you get this familiar prick on the back of your neck of when you entered your own dreamscape. But as you get this feeling and you kind of very gently kind of pull with your fingers, you know, trying to control or take your ebb and flow, you don't have control here. This isn't your dreamscape. I believe we both
so
learned
yeah.
a similar incantation.
Yeah, he forms that fireball in his hand.
All of as I'm sure you're all aware, all of you should have your equipment and your powers here, and you are all going to need it. I know not which enemies you shall be facing in your future, but I am almost certain you shall be crossing paths with the Order Oblivier's henchmen during your travels. He starts pacing while he's doing this. This organization is heavily specialized in the principle of fate, and though some of you are familiar with its capabilities already, I would like to challenge all of you and see your skill in facing not only its creatures, but against a diverse range of enemies. I will give you the liberty of knowing the fundamentals of these trials, what these trials shall be in advance, but I also remind you that you will not always be so well prepared when the time for mercy has passed. The first trial will be against 2 primary targets alongside hordes of summoned minions that shall be aiding them in the fight. Whether you focus on the hordes so as to avoid being overwhelmed, or the leaders of the pack to send shockwaves through their ranks, shall be your own to decide. Just remember, survival is of utmost importance, but this is not your only battle. The second trial will be up against a band of specialists, much like yourself. They will not attack you right away, but they will be hunting you. They heard the cries of battle ahead and wish to close in on what will be their now weakened targets. They will not fight fairly, but their own resources are limited, as are your own. You will have the remainder of your time in the dreamscape to decide amongst yourselves how you defend yourself in hostile territory and guarantee safety. Do I make myself clear?
You do.
Huey nods.
Splendid. In that case, begin! And as Galan just disappears into a puff of arcane smoke, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
All
Is this a
right,
fucking
here we
wallow deck?
go.
I
I
mean,
have
it's a
advantage on
dreamscape, I don't know what to
initiative
tell
too.
you.
That joke. Yeah, I'm using my
Oh.
inspiration for that.
That is entirely valid.
Oh, Tixel, you got an inspiration this session.
Yeah, I heard. I was there.
Yep.
She
You got
just
that? Okay, cool.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Oh boy.
That was the point of inspiration I got today.
Yeah, she was watching us.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it! I peek briefly into the Memento Magick DM's private chat to just see Legolas with a fucking Glock.
Wait, what?
X and my Glock.
Oh.
God fucking damn it!
Amazing.
There we go. V just saw it. If you could post that in the meme section in the grotto, that'd be great.
I'll probably toss in a meme as well.
Oh my lord!
See if I already have it.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Fucking hell! Master has forgiven Dobby a Glock. Dobby is free.
That was
I
like
mean,
a whole parody. though.
Anybody gives you a gun, you're free. So
Oh my lord!
watch him try and fucking stop you.
Oh right, because of the freaking other music bot being a bitch, I'm not gonna be able to loop this. Fuck. Okay.
No.
You talking about the
Look.
fight music nature?
Yeah. I'll definitely have to see if
this
I can
is
look into
gonna
another
sound weird,
music
but
bot.
we should upload that somewhere.
I'd have to double check on the regulations on that. I know
Yeah,
we are at liberty to use it, but I don't know about
Yes.
posting it.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, I
Because
mean,
plus,
like,
admittedly, here's another thing: the combat theme doesn't actually have like an official title. So if anyone has any good ideas for that in the chat as well, by all means. For those who are at least somewhat familiar with the Nordaeus games. But anyways, where the hell? Oh, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to see if I can get a playlist together and try to loop that. But anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I recall correctly, if I
Something
just
to that.
copy link.
My personal suggestion is something to that style.
Oh. Not bad. Not a bad idea. Okay. Will it play this? Oh my god, it will. Perfect. Oh, alrighty. And then I'll have to grab a few more tracks real quick. Okay, so as I'm grabbing music stuff in the background and messing with things, the party, you guys will have, will be able to place yourselves anywhere within. Hold on, if I can actually put it down properly. Hey, hold on. Don't move yet. Bron! Thank you. How dare you? Anywhere within... Oh, that's a circle. You know what? This works. Anywhere within this sphere.
Boy.
Which, yes, also includes, like, the corners. And you will also have the opportunity to discuss amongst yourselves any tactics or techniques, to strategize. You guys have 3 minutes.
Insane. V did just Be right back for a little bit. Oh, you're back.
Oh, we
Welcome
got back. Perfect. Welcome back.
Welcome.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna stab him.
I'm gonna hex some of the big guys and blast some of the little guys.
I'm gonna
Okay,
duck a
doke.
round of cunning actions and test out
My
how that
plan
works.
is to stick near UA, give her the one ability, and if I can, show off a couple of my new powers.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, all you guys just turned level 2, so you have a bunch of fun bells and whistles to mess with.
Yep. I've got an action surge.
Oh yeah, you get that at level 2.
Yup.
Oh boy. Okay, so
You've got action surge. I'm actually much more of a help in battle.
I'm excited.
Set me up for some murder sandwiches.
Swear
And,
you
yeah.
in me out.
alrighty.
Oh my god, I can
so-
disengage with a bonus action now.
You have some 2
Mhm.
spheres.
Yeah, but we're probably also gonna look over your guys' character sheets now, as we're getting ready.
Let me check.
Oh shit! I never send the. Oh god, I forgot a token. The one thing I forget in all this mess. Wait, where the fuck did it go? Oh, I'm looking in the wrong folder.
Okay. There is no time limit for as long as I can have my fireball out. The only limits are if I go unconscious, I attack with it, or I drop concentration on it. And it's not actually, it doesn't count towards concentration.
Ah, good to know.
Just so you're aware of those mechanics' nature.
I definitely remembered everything you just said.
My fireball doesn't count towards concentration, and there's no time limit on it. That's all you need to know.
Cool, gotcha, neat.
And not like the spell fireball, but the
Yes.
I was gonna say, if you have fireball at level 2, oh dear.
That would be absolutely horrid.
I don't get fireball, but oh boy, you'll see what I have.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm excited.
Alright, because these are minions,
Can I
I'll
cast
take
egg
one,
before
so-
we
Oh god,
before
right.
we
get all incantations
I keep
egg.
forgetting about egg.
Egg.
It's okay, nature. I never added it, so.
Same.
Well, did I ever establish whether it could or couldn't be a talent power? I think I
You
said
did
okay.
You did say it was okay, but I refuse to use it as a talent power. You'll have to make a different one for talents.
Psychic egg. Egg 2.
Psychic egg just makes me think
psionic boogaloo.
of psychic egg just makes me think of execute.
Oh no.
It's just Pokemon.
Alrighty. Actually, oh shit, the minions would go in a different thing. Well, I guess actually no.
I will say a lot of the powers that the talents get, their names go so hard.
Oh yeah, they're great. Now, did all of those numbers actually track? They did. Beautiful.
Delicious.
Okay, so then I just need to add. Oh shit! I need to pull up like 10 tabs. Because I have a metric fuck ton of stat blocks to look at.
Oh boy.
Don't worry, I put the
A
stuff right on
metric
myself.
fuck ton. Nature, you live in America.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. I always forget. We always measure in eagles per gun. I apologize.
wolf silver?
Eagles
Sliver.
per gun, hamburger.
Oh
per
shit! That was
football
not meant to
field, all that
be
kind of
seen.
I don't see a damn thing.
Guys, I think we're fighting wolves.
Only slivers
That's a
have
pretty
them.
cool name for an enemy, though. I'll tell you that.
Well, okay. I guess you know what. You know what you were told about the. I guess you have an inclination of each of these. Fuck it. Because this is Dreamscape. I just meant to open it up. I didn't mean to show it. God damn it. It's fine. I meant
Oh,
to open a
boy.
new tab. There we go. And then put that up in another tab. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Pay no attention to the wolf behind the curtain. Football fields per moon landing. God damn it, Mara.
What?
How have I never,
That's a
how have I
good one.
never heard that before?
I did hamburger per football field earlier, so
Yeah, I
Amara's
think.
is much better.
Yeah, I think that's from the Russian Badger, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah, I can believe it. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds like one of his comment section's creations.
Yeah. They are an unhinged mod.
What is the... Yeah, they're both hot garbage. That's what I figured.
Oh, I should mention there is a storm going on, so if I go out, you know why.
More than fair.
All good, all good. All right. Wait, why is Madoka in here? Get out of here. Forgot Madoka and the Thirstling were still in the initiative order from last time.
We're not getting help from Madoka? How the fuck are we gonna win this fight?
Oh, wait, why did they... Okay, oh dear, hold on. Okay, a bunch of initiatives just got added for some reason when I added another turn. What the hell? Hold on.
Yeah.
How do we expect to survive without Madoka's help?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're good. Sorry, whoops. we're fucked! No.
We're fucked.
Alright.
Can I actually cast egg though before the combat starts?
Before combat starts? No. I'm afraid you still need to use an egg shin
Okay.
to cast it.
Okay, that's different. That's different than an action though, so we're good.
Yes,
mean,
but also
we
behaves
were-
exactly the same as an action.
Yes, but also no.
Trading my fireball required an action. You let me do that before initiative started.
Yeah, but mechanically, I mean, you didn't cast the power. Just let you do it for flavor text.
It's not a power, it's an ability. A class ability.
We'll say flavor-wise, you did it, but mechanically, there's still things you need to do if you want for your ability once combat starts. But either way, I believe that is everything taken care of. So,
Was I not able to just do it because I was told we were going to do combat, and so I just have it ready for initiative?
you'll be able to cast it on your turn. Anyway.
Okay.
So, on either side of the battlefield, this chill creeps up your spine as the billowing mist begins to roll in through the valley. And from the edges, you first hear the snarling and gnashing of teeth before what can only be described as a thrashing, mangled wolf pelt seemingly snaps and lashes its way out of the fog. As I believe you're the most forward to see this first. You see this.
Oh boy. Oh. That's lovely.
And following not too soon behind it, you see a cascade of these tall, lanky, almost emaciated corpses walking out from the field behind it, as this cacophonous howl erupts into your eardrums and through your antennae. And as the hordes begin spilling through, you actually realize they don't have a mouth. As also you see these things.
Oh. My, what a lovely room of death.
Boy.
I said there was gonna be trauma tonight.
As
Knew his body trauma.
as two wolf slivers appear on one on either side of the battlefield, along with hordes of the voiceless dead emerging from the fog. So, if I can reveal all of these now.
Damn it, me. Me and the boys at 3 a.m. is looking for beans.
All right, get your laughs out now, because here they are.
Oh god. Yeah.
Fun fact, actually, Mew, you're the first one up as you see the hordes start coming in.
Yuck.
Okay. Quick question.
Yeah, it's hard to gather everything. Yes.
In terms of elevation, these two cliffs.
I would say, because I did not get the chance to put up a dynamic lighting, big sads. Each of these would probably be about a solid 50. We'll say about 60 feet high.
60 feet high?
This is a 60-foot high sheer rock wall.
Super.
Why like that? Hold on. Really? Oh, it's gonna be a bitch like that. Okay.
Okay. First thing I'm gonna do is...
Actually, you know what? Something. Hold on. Yeah, you can keep doing your combat turn. I might actually end up switching up Chip and Matchbox if they're going to be a bitch like this and trying to loop battle music. Hold on.
Or fair.
There we go. Hold on. Just letting you know, I have flipped the hourglass.
Okay.
And so you have about a few more minutes.
I was mostly just waiting on you for you to be ready. 'Cause you're gonna.
Why are
have
the
me.
bots using echoes from beyond and not construct maintenance?
I never said I was. No, they're using construct maintenance.
No, well, one of them's using echoes from beyond.
What? Hold on. Oh, that was me being dumb. Sorry.
Okay.
That was me earlier, using the wrong one. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I'm throwing fairy fire right here.
Sorry, point at the map again. North or south? South. Oh boy. Which I believe that is a 20-foot cube.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so in that case it would be roughly... No, why does it keep making circles? God damn it. Why are you like this?
These circles are squares.
Oh, now it's behaving. Okay. Sorry. Which if this is 20 foot, so specifically right smack... No, not the token. Right roughly here. I believe you wanted it.
So that gets everyone over there.
Mm-hmm. And if people want to be sticklers about keeping with the grid, hold on. They would all fit. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Yes. All right. So, in that case, Okay, I believe all of them need to make a dexterity
DC
save.
13.
All right, time to go down the list. So, first, Wolf Boy. First roll, nat 1, fails. Roll for severity. 13. Okay, yeah, just a failure. Next up, we have all of our Walking Dead. First one. I believe you said that was a DC 13.
Mm-hmm.
First one's a success. Chip, bitch, are we playing this game right now? Are we doing this? Is this the game we're playing? Hold on. I want to have music, goddamn you.
I want to have music with you, Chip. Let us have
Why am
music.
I mean, I was about to say, what do I pay you, minstrel? I mean, I don't pay you, but like, come on. All right.
Maybe
So, yes,
you would get paid if you fucking worked.
But yes, 1 failure, 1 success. Third dead. That is absolutely a failure. And fourth, definitely succeeds. So it is, I believe, was it the first one failed and the third one? So, because this is fairy fire, we got a little target. Where's the target? Where's target? Don't answer that. There's one, and there is the other. Cool. All right. So yes, at the moment you see this fog billow in, you immediately cock your gun, your flintlock at the ready, aiming down the sights, and just as you see the pale mangled skin, you shoot out. And it as the flash goes off, that billowing smoke and flame begins to sputter and spark, underneath the field beneath them, almost as if a landmine was just struck, and immediately cascading over them these bright orange and green sparking flames. Begin to billow around them. And you immediately watch as the wolf-like creature is trying to, like, snap and rip at mangled fur and, like, loose bits of itself, trying to pull off this flame. That does not succeed. Oh, wait, sorry, it did succeed. Never mind, I'm an idiot. As it continues to storm its way through, unresolved.
Inside of you, there are 2 wolves. What the fuck?
Well, I don't know if you'd call that. Would you call that too? Don't worry about it. Oh, also, delete this now. Sorry.
Yes, there is this one.
Yes.
And
All right.
this one.
All right, Mia. That's your action. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn, whether as a free action, wink, or otherwise?
This is a strange creature.
Didn't this guy,
You know what? That's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
That's a very, very fair one. Let me.
Yeah, I thought the wolf failed. Is that the
Oh,
first
sorry.
one?
Oh, sorry. The wolf. Wait, did the wolf? Oh, sorry. Oh, you are correct.
that
The
was
wolf
the
made
one.
apologies. Right. Sorry, I'm jumping through a lot of stat block.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, we're getting into horde battle mechanics, which normally are uncomplicated, but don't worry about it. But yes, apologies. Yes, my initial stance, my initial point was correct in that it continuing to try to rip pieces of itself to get the flame off, and it does not avail, as it will continue storming forward. And you will have to roll for me. I know I know at least one of the options is Arcana, but I have to double check what the second one is. Actually, hold on. Where's my cheat sheet? I thought I made this.
I mean, I'm proficient in Arcana, so
In that case, yeah, going ahead. I figured that was going to be the bigger option, but nonetheless.
14.
Wonderful. All right. Not super deceptive, admittedly. Yeah, that's gonna. Yeah, you're gonna succeed. All right. Please choose for me a resistance, an immunity, or an ability.
Let's go with a resistance.
Alrighty. Roll a d4.
One.
Nice. Presumably based off of the fact that this thing is already, to put it lightly, mangled to shit. And despite that, how like, because you see these things ripping and tearing at itself, it is supremely durable. The hides that they seem to be, there's plenty of resistance against it. Giving of the fact that this seems to be resistant to slashing damage.
Thick.
Yeah, sorry, UA.
Yeah, I'll
Christ.
notice. I'll pick up on that, and I'll just say for everyone else to hear. Try to go for more stabby, not slashy.
Just a disgruntled sigh from you as she draws her katana and wakizashi.
And then make sure don't you use rules that allow her to change her damage type.
Because she is proficient in martial weapons, yes. I will allow it.
Fair. I will be
God.
stabbing a lot.
I can't wait to see UA start half sorting. That's gonna be a fun day.
I've got these 4 arms. I can wield something in each. Only weapon attack.
But yes, I
Or
believe.
we could just get her one of those cool Oni clubs.
Oh,
a
Kanabo?
Kanabo?
Yeah.
But yes,
Cracks
I
their
believe
steel plate
that
and
is.
ribs.
I believe that is the end of her turn, of Mu's turn. And next up is the first wolf. Alrighty. Hold on one moment. What to choose, Okay, so... Yeah, I think it's just going to start running its way in. That is going to be... Yep, definitely in range. Oh, also, hang on. Rio, which... please can you please choose for me, which of these tiles are you in? You're in the, thank you. I was gonna say you're smack dab in the middle. There you go.
Yes,
Thank you.
you want to be on the rock, but for gameplay purposes, we do need you to visually be in
That
a
works.
particular space.
Yes. Yeah, I will allow you being on the rock currently. As the mangled wolf creature will immediately sprint its way up. Well, metaphorically sprinting, it does not need to take its action to do so. And is going to which one does it sniff is the better target? Yeah, it's going to go for Rio. And is going to attempt to take a snap at you.
The bite-sized option.
Indeed. Alright, that is going to be a 7 to hit. as immediately as Rio starts climbing up onto yes. As Rio's immediately starts clambering up onto the rock, you immediately see shit. This thing bolting in your direction. A multitude of mouths gnashing and snapping and ripping. Various disjointed wolf legs just essentially scrawling and scampering across the field, half broken but still pulling its whole body towards you. And immediately as it descends on you, you're like, nope! As you very quickly duck underneath the multiple snapping jaws and snarling fangs. That goes straight over your heads. Kind of briefly, like, hanging on the edge of the rock, before managing to pull yourself back up, and facing this thing square in the eyes. Several. I believe... Is that the end of its turn? That indeed it is. Next up, then, is Yue!
Oh, boy.
How you doing? What's up? How's the... How are things looking for Yue right now?
Well, seeing that wolf snapping being, like, right behind folks, Yue's gonna spin around and just kind of, like, doing, like, a sidestep and... go here and just start stabbing.
Alrighty. Roll for murder.
Take
Okay,
possession.
Yep. Oh yeah, flankings though.
I was gonna say, do you want to get flanking?
I mean, I'm already flanking against Rio, aren't
Diagonal.
Nope.
I? Diagonal.
Murder sandwich. Straight
There we
across.
go.
There you go.
There we are.
This is the... I was gonna say, because it's been a while since we've done combat, I will remind this one time. And that is all.
Fair. I always forget with
yeah.
large creatures, whether it's straight across or...
Some
like
folks
ladder.
do it differently too.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Holy shit, that's a roll.
You know yourself.
That-
You'll remind us more because you're too nice.
Hush. You know what? Just because of that, I'm not gonna be saying it, and also reminding people to refrain from doing too much commentary, but when it's not your turn. So shut up. No.
Also, the reason I rerolled damage was I used Great Weapon Master, which I can reroll ones or twos.
That is correct.
It's two-handed.
In that case, which oh yep, that is just one dice. So yeah, in that case, you end up dealing. What you going for? Piercing or bludgeoning?
Piercing.
All right. Yeah. In that case, you kind of look down at your katana, just seeing this. Oh shit! Like realizing you're gonna have to stab with this thing. Before you kind of turn it in like a downward curve. You almost kind of readjust it as like a makeshift spear. A very kind of gingerly gripping with one hand, gripping the base of the blade with one hand, with a glove or a gauntlet, and then just stabbing straight into one of the jaws of this creature. That immediately you see that those fangs begin to kind of gnashing and snapping at it. Not even caring about the wound you just made in its body, seeing this black ichor start pulling out from the wound and just pull back out.
Yeah, fuck.
That's one attack of 7 points of piercing damage.
Yep. Up next will be Wakazashi.
Alrighty. Alright, once again, another 4 points of piercing. As you see another one of these jaws actually begin to slowly kind of rip itself out from the stab wound you pierced into this creature. You're immediately like, fuck that! And as the freshly birthed mouth erupts open, you take your wakizashi and stab it straight in the snout, essentially pinning the mouth shut. Before just kind of rending and pulling it back out. As the flesh just splits.
Ugh.
And this thing is continuing to howl and snarl in just about every direction.
Nasty thing.
Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
I will analyze.
Sure, by all means. This will be actually just straight Arcana.
Arcana. Got it.
Because the two creature types line up. 14.
I forgot that.
Well,
Yeah.
not super deceptive at hiding its intentions, so yeah, that's definitely low enough. Please choose for me any resistance. Yeah, a resistance or an ability. I realized I said immunities earlier, but because I realized it doesn't have any.
That's fair. Ability.
Alrighty. Afraid there is only a singular ability to garner at this time because it has only used one. Snap of Dread. It is a melee weapon, a melee attack. You know, reach of 5 feet, does a decent bit of slashing damage. But you need to make on a hit, you need to make a Wisdom saving throw against becoming frightened until the end of its next turn. So yeah, melee attack, cause of frighten.
That's not good.
Alright, I believe then that's the end of your turn. Next up we have Ale with Brawn on deck.
Oh, I don't like this position.
Really? Whatever could make you think that?
So I think what I'm gonna do is just not be in this position anymore.
That's entirely valid. Where are you going? Where are you schmoovin'? Ooh!
I'm not going anywhere, but he's gonna go 5 feet south.
Oh, you're okay. I don't think I've ever actually seen this hex used before. Already. And there's no... To clarify, there's no save against this. It just happens.
That is correct. I double-checked and triple-checked in the document you gave me. There is no listed save.
That does also not specify friendlies against it.
It specifies ones that I choose. So I choose not to do my allies.
Cool.
That's fair. Alright, so in that case, it's... I will say
Unless
because
you want
this...
to be, then I could choose to
No.
move here.
And so,
I think you're fine, so I don't need to. But like, if it was advantageous to move you, I could.
As this wave of fur and teeth and legs starts to cascade, spilling up across the rock, everyone next to Ale hears this ear-splitting shriek that rattles the trees around. And actually causes the various deads to vaguely turn in her direction, recognizing the sound, as it actually is able to move this, redirect the wave a bit to kind of directly impact with the rock, bouncing backward briefly, before it kind of turns back around looking to snap back wildly. Unfortunately, because this is forced movement, I don't believe anyone gets an attack of opportunity, but it still happens. It goes off. You manage to avoid its fangs.
Cool, and that's a bonus action, so I'm gonna actually use my Eldritch Orb on this guy down here that I have advantage from the Fairy Fire on.
Ooh, kill him.
Oh boy. Boy.
Alright, I never re-brought up the Dream Arcane. That is a 15, which absolutely hits. Roll damage. Oh boy.
It's 8 damage and save on his friend next to him.
Okay, so... and that's in that one. Yeah, so as this this orb of arcane energy immediately billows out from Ale's hands, shouting these incantations now, it almost kind of swerves and shifts as this ball of radiant feathers and wings, before impacting first into the chest of this first corpse here that just very very slightly turns down before it just explodes into the spattering of dark crimson gore and mist, similarly to the guy behind it, as both of them immediately die.
Oh, all right. That's pretty good. And then I'm just going to use my movement to GTFO a little bit.
Alrighty. That's entirely valid. Anything else you'd like to do?
That is... I only have a free action left.
Mm-hmm.
So... I can kind of... I guess what can I learn about this creature in that?
Which one are you analyzing?
The scary one.
Alright. Alright, roll Arcana. Probably gonna beat a 4. Yeah, you do. Alright. Please choose for me a resistance. Oh, wait, actually, sorry. I just realized as I said that. Whoops. I was like, there's no abilities you can actually research yet because none of the others have been used.
What other resistances does it have?
Yep. Alongside being resistant to slashing, seeing the black ichor that has begun pooling from the wounds of this creature before subsequently re-emerging as a new set of fangs, you get the feeling because of this thing's growth, for lack of a better term, and just the fact that this is definitely a aberrant creature of some kind. It is resistant to necrotic damage.
Reasonable.
Alrighty. I believe then that's the end of your turn with Braun up and a second doggo on deck, and then Rio.
Alright, I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm gonna throw a fireball at this guy with my flame on.
Alrighty. I was about to say, could you click on the ability? Oh boy. As an action, you create it. Sheds bright lights. It's part of the action to create the flame, or as an action if you create the flame previously. Either or is fine. Alright, so I'm guessing, yeah, you said you're chucking it?
Yep.
And this is just a ranged attack, so if you can roll that for me.
I believe it still uses my intelligence as opposed to my dexterity.
So it's essentially the equivalent of a ranged spell attack.
Yes. Give me
Okay.
one moment to get that made real quick.
God, don't have it prepped already? How dare you?
I did not do this a bit ago. I apologize.
I'm being a bitch, don't worry. I said it facetiously. Alright, also I can bring the dreamwalking ambience back in. There we go. Or if you just want to roll d20 out of your intelligence in the short term, that's also more than fair.
I think I got it ready.
Okay. Alrighty, that absolutely hits. Roll the damage for me.
Yep.
Alrighty, so that is 4 points. Is it, sorry, stupid question. It is psychic damage, not fire damage. Or is it fire damage?
I believe I got that wrong. That should be fire.
No, it's fire damage. Either way, it's fine.
Yep.
As you are looking forward, kind of like all right, checking the speed of this thing, aiming your trajectory, and you just kind of baseball pitch this thing straight into one of the mouths that immediately implodes and kind of bursts within, sending this plume of flame and boiling black blood across one of the walls before slowly another set of fangs emerges as it's continuing its trek to bolt your direction.
I forgot to do this earlier. Could I have glimpsed Rio before I ran off?
Just this once, I'll allow it.
Thank you. You're such a cool DM.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, nerd. What else do you want to do with your turn?
I'm also going to roll a check on the big guy in front of me.
Big pupper? Alright. Once again, second verse, same as the first. Arcana.
Yep.
It's gonna be hard to get the whole map over here, but it's fine. Just in case it rolls high. It's never going to, apparently. Cool. Alright. Because there are no resistances or abilities left to scan at this current juncture. Actually, you know what? Technically there is one other, but I'll give it for free. Nightmare's Sight. This creature can normally see in darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 120 feet.
Gotcha.
But,
That's darkness, that's not being blinded.
correct. But otherwise, you definitely get the feeling that this creature intends to, as much as this thing is a massive ball of gnashing fur and teeth, like, this is still moving and behaving like a predator. And is going to work with the pack as such, in ganging up on targets. In other words, it may or may not go past you to join its brethren.
That's cool.
Speaking of, it is second doggo's turn, so will it get there within this turn? Sadly, no, but it will start moving over here and snap you along the way. So, it is going to half bolt past you, half kind of like pivot, as several of the gnashing teeth begin snapping and biting your way, as it's going to attempt another snap of dread. That is a 21 to hit, in which case you are going to be taking... That is going to be 7 points of piercing damage, and you're going to need to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
I'm so good at those.
I know. That is a failure. So you are currently frightened, which I will add onto your icon. We'll do the little broken skull as the frightened. And because of an additional ability, it will make a second attack against you. As it rolls a natural 1. Alright, let's roll for severity. Just a 6. Unfortunately, it just misses. As the fangs of this creature sink into your arm, you immediately get this sensation of snow and smoke in your lungs. As you're immediately taken back to that sensation of dread and cold that you felt those many weeks ago. Those many years ago, I should even say. As the immediate reminder of yourself in winter alone is immediately felt in this chilling surge down your body as the fangs only glint brighter. However, as you have that distinct feeling of dread, you manage to snap out just enough to see the second pair of jaws heading your direction. You just kind of like scramble, duck back, just enough out of the fang's range as it continues to move past you. You do get to make an opportunity attack, should you desire.
I'm gonna go for it.
This will be an attack at disadvantage because you are frightened.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 5, which unfortunately misses. You just kind of weakly swing out, having this immediate jolt to the system that kind of lingers in these cold afterpangs before the wolf bolts continuing forward. And we'll only get up to about here before its turn ends. Hey, Rio. There are 2 wolves close to you. Maybe not within you currently, but that might change soon enough, and not in a good way.
For the sake of how these spells work, how many spell slots does Rio have?
What are you trying to do?
Egg.
If you don't mind me. You're able to do that once per long rest.
Thank you.
Alright, are you immediately casting the spell, Egg?
Not yet.
Damn it, okay.
He's gonna tease you along.
Much as I want to.
Alright, flying around the creature above the lake.
I'm gonna flank it.
Oh, alright, in that case, by all means, roll for murder. That is a 13, which just barely hits. Roll damage for me. Oh yeah, that is plus sneak attack. That is fair. That is going to be 12 points of piercing damage. As you essentially manage to, as this thing is snapping at you, actually manage to bite onto its snout and rip off a chunk of flesh before spitting it back out into the lake beneath you and causing this ink black, like blood in the water, just drip and cascade spreading out across the pond. As it lets out a howl of pain. It did not like that.
Okay, I'm gonna use my cunning action to disengage and then move.
Alright, as you kindly fuck off. Wonderful. Alright. In that case, anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Hey, can I analyze the skeleton things?
You can indeed analyze the voiceless dead, if you would like to roll Arcana or Religion.
Nope.
That is your turn. Speaking of, they begin encroaching. Actually, as the hordes begin to meander their way in, first one is going to dash, moving up towards UA. Actually, how smart is this thing? Not in the slightest. Okay. Yeah, it's just gonna dash its way over here. So, sort of like Attack on Titan walking, like it doesn't quite know how to move its body, as it's like you can hear bones popping and dislocating and relocating. The only noise you can hear coming from these creatures as it moves its way forward. The second one is going to dash as well. You can only barely get up to here. And you know what? UA, roll a d6 for me.
I'll blow him.
Okay. And as you immediately look on... Okay, thank God, there's only 2 of them. 3 more appear from the fog.
Oh, fuck.
And will be taking their turn on the next round. And immediately on the other side, we have Blue Team's group of dead. Are going to, once again, not dash their way towards the nearest target that looks chompable or scratchable, and is going to continue. And essentially are going to immediately surround you. As quickly as you see the fireball and the pang of fear, you feel this second chill running down your spine as four voiceless dead envelop around you. Could you roll a d6 for me? Alrighty. And as you turn around to see these new forms approaching, ready to reach out, it's more this weirdly gentle but still malicious-looking single hand towards your body. You see another 5 appearing from the mists.
Okay. Mitch, I don't know if you saw, but I'm really starting to it's getting hard to stay up.
That's fair. We'll probably go through. Actually, sorry. This is the top of the round of combat again. I would not at all be opposed to wrapping up here and continuing with the dream combat next session.
Sounds fine to me too, because I'm running on 4 hours and I can feel a steam leaving.
That's entirely fair. And so yes,
for cutting it short, especially after just getting here.
Oh no, I mean, I mean this isn't super short.
Yeah.
Like ultimately, this has still been about like what, 3 hours, almost 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know I'm also still sick.
Yeah, a lot of people are feeling the ick. So yeah, as the chilling hordes begin to descend from the mist, and the hounds of war continue to howl and snap into the fray. That's where we're gonna have to end the session for tonight. Sorry for all the scuff and all the issues. It's been a little bit. Admittedly, it's going to be a little bit until next session, because unfortunately next week, not only are multiple people going to be unavailable, but also I have been invited to a family Memorial Day picnic of a bunch of distant family I have not seen for a while. So...
Also, I do have good news. This is going to be the norm coming soon. Is this
Yay!
my quality?
I'm so
love it.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, I'm so excited for you. You sound beautiful.
We can
actually
hear
make
you!
what you say, especially even when you're talking as Braun.
And I will also say this: you have a very wonderful voice.
To be honest, half the time I couldn't.
I don't like it. I don't like my
When you
voice.
got all very accent.
Sorry, I just saw the other meme that Tolan sent earlier. There are tools inside you. The furry convention's going well. God damn it. But yes, we're
We'll
gonna have
see
to
what
pick up
happens.
on whatever fresh hell the party's about to face next time on Legends of Nordareth Memento Magic.
Mhm.
Woo boy!
I'm gonna do it now. You can find me over at twitch.tv/procrastination. We're doing more Sly.
With new and improved audio quality.
I'm gonna need to work on getting this hooked up to that for that, but yes.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Alright.
Mhm.
But yeah, Tix, so go the fuck to Eep. Go Eepy.
Okay.
Love.
Goodbye, everyone. Stay
Night-
safe.
night-
Drink
night,
your stool.
Tixel.
Stay in milk. Eat your teeth. Brush your vegetables. Bye.
Alright. Let's get this being a little bit oh shit, wrong, hang on. To be continued. There we go. Let's get this a little less intense as we're starting to wrap up. Okay, so you know what? Code pop quiz.
What's up?
What is your name?
Code?
What is your quest?
Meow?
Shit, I can't follow up on that. I was doing the bit earlier when you weren't here before we started stream.
Don't worry, he
What
hasn't seen it.
cat of the woods, what wisdom can you give us before we turn to slumber for the night?
Everyone subbed to Nature Clause.
How fucking dare you spread this lion slander? How dare you speak of this as though it were truth? That is a command, not a fact. Fine. How fucking dare you? Tom, where can they find you?
They can find me here on Twitch, Miss Tallin, doing a bunch of collab streams mostly. Yeah, we'll be doing stuff on Saturday.
Yeah, doing some motherfucking dinko. We need to talk about doing maybe some Warhammer stuff, maybe some Darktide at some point, either
Sometime.
either later
Oh,
this week or
absolutely.
next week or sometime later. We'll see when the schedule
Sometime in the future.
opens. Yes.
We
When
were
the
looking for
stars
less cozy
align.
vibes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't want to be cozy and want to go into the grim darkness of the 42nd century.
That's fair.
Or millennium.
Speaking of stars, hey V,
Yeah.
where can they find you?
Well, you can find me over at twitch.tv/matrixvt. I play games, and
Heck
just
yeah.
I'm a loot gremlin.
Chip! I blame you. Get the fuck back in here. Thank you.
I love blue gremlins though.
But yes, the gremlins are just repeat. You know it's fine. Speaking of gremlins, I'd consider this to be a gremlin. Hey Mara.
Gremlin, imp, goblin, whatever.
You've definitely had some gremlin energy at
Oh,
certain
absolutely.
points.
Oh, absolutely. I wield it happily.
And where can they find this incredibly wonderful gremlin energy person, Bunny?
You can find me on twitch.tv/MissMaragar, where I will twist your words into some type of double or triple entendre. Constantly.
There's a reason why I stipulated in the description instead of saying with a stroke of his finger with Galen having everyone drift off to sleep.
Oh my.
with the brush stroke of a finger. But that could still be taken as finger painting, which I'm sure.
No.
Hey, I'm making the entendres before you do, so therefore I
usually-
win.
Not making them worse.
Usually guys do fall asleep after you give them a stroke.
And you can find me here I guess. At twitch.tv/natureclaws. Next stream is going to be on Tuesday. Well, actually, hold on. Yes, Tuesday. And hopefully, fingers crossed, will be the last stream. Well, like, I can't promise anything yet, because we're still looking on the desk. But, will hopefully be the last stream before we move on to the new PC setup. And I'll actually have, like, a full fucking, you know, desktop. And maybe more than one monitor. It'll be great. As for what we're going to be doing Tuesday, I need to write a schedule. That's a future me problem. We could, you know, we might do some more, oh, fuck, oh my god, my brain's trying to think. We could play some more Persona 4, we could play some more, oh my god, it's been so long since I've done anything Tuesdays other than collabing. You know what, we could do some more Valheim, because I have been having a hankering for that as of late as well. We'll see. We'll workshop it. But yes, I believe that is it. I am done. I would like to wish everyone a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time zone they're currently in. I'd like to wish everyone a wonderful time zone. Wait, what a wonderful week. Wish have a wonderful time zone. And Code, are you playing RuneScape right now?
Don't worry about it.
I love the fact that these new Discord roles immediately out if you're playing games during the fucking D&D stream. I don't mention it because I don't care. As long as people are playing the game, it's whatever. I've done that plenty of times. I'm being, in fact, a bit. Oh god, the knife. Immediately, it went from playing RuneScape to murdering as Code's role. So I think maybe we should start getting going.
He does that though. He plays the RuneScape.
All right, let's see who's up at this ungodly hour. RS3 or OSRS codes? I'm sure. I hope you understand that, because I don't.
RS3.
Oh yeah. Okay, gotcha. Cool. Yeah, I've literally never played RuneScape in my life, so I don't know. Okay, let's see who is currently live. Or of course, if anyone else has any raid recommendations, by all means. Stealthy Mouse is playing some Pokemon Infinite Fusion. We also have, of course, Brimstone Angel, who is playing some Poke Rogue at the moment. If that's any. Ooh, actually, hold on. Alorable is doing a birthday stream. It's Alorable's birthday. Well, it was Alorable's birthday. We're still gonna go wish her a happy birthday. She's playing Paper Mario: The Origami King. And I believe absolutely after the trials and tribulations that Laura has gone through recently, she deserves some love and support. Let's go send some love her way. Let's see here. What's our raid message gonna be?
Happy birthday?
Yeah, there's Hap Borth. Dream Team wish Hap Borth. I sincerely, okay, I know I just put that out to ether, but like I sincerely hope, and I don't think the party is going to be referred to as the Dream Team.
Oh God!
Why not?
Look what you've wrought. You did this.
Oh boy! The Sniffa Squad.
The Sniffa Squad. Oh God.
I was to say, yeah, that's already been pretty cemented.
Well, that's only two of the five.
Yeah, but
look,
it's
once I get my telepathic abilities, I can sniff and then share the sniff with other people in the party.
Oh God! I mean, to be fair, with your current incantation, I hate to put this in the ether, but you could turn a random you could turn an item into a random knickknack that is indeed very smelly. You can
Oh.
turn them into air fresheners.
Can
Oh,
I turn
no.
the
Like-
eggs into rotten eggs?
Oh no.
You can make a necklace or a knickknack made from rotten egg. That is something that is
Ugh.
technically allowed. Well, now that that cursed image is going to be possibly happening in the future, good night, everybody. Go give Valorable some wonderful love and support because she deserves it, as do all these lovely other VTubers here. Stay in drugs, don't do school, eat your teeth, drink your milk, and sniff. Bye.
No, no, yeah.